In Genesis chapter 42, Joseph's brothers come to get grain and food so that they can survive because the famine has just hit everybody. Joseph realizes that it's his brothers, and he has to turn away from them and compose himself. He's enacting this plan to get his entire family there to reveal to all of them what God has done and that he is Joseph. But in the meantime, he has to stop and compose himself because he's just so overwhelmed with God's plan coming about in his life. You know, when God does something that you've been waiting for and praying for and just patiently waiting on God and trusting that he's going to do it, when that finally happens, there are no words worth saying. You're flooded with all these emotions because you're excited and you're relieved and you're happy and sometimes you're even tired, and you just have to stop and take a break and bask in God's goodness. You know, in this story we see Joseph doing exactly that. He had to stop and turn away from his brothers, and it says that he wept because he finally saw this dream that God had given him as a teenager coming about. His brothers came and bowed to him just like the dream of the grain and the stars. Everything happened just like God had intended and told Joseph that it would. But meanwhile, Jacob and his sons, other than Joseph, they're all still afraid because they haven't learned to trust God yet. So today, if you're waiting for God to enact a plan on your life and you're waiting and trusting God to do what he said he would do, hang in there. You're going to get this moment. And if you've had this moment in the past, why don't you spend some time today remembering how God brought everything together? And then I'll see you tomorrow and we'll talk about Genesis chapter 43.